6 cities, one night, coordinated attacks across an entire nation. Mali's military ruler vanished from public view. His defense minister was killed. Then Russia stepped in and claimed it stopped a coup. But it also retreated from a city it once controlled. So, who's really in charge in Bamako? Mali's military ruler Assimi Goïta has re-emerged publicly following a wave of coordinated insurgent attacks, as Russia claimed its forces helped prevent a coup attempt in the West African nation. In his first televised address since the attacks, Goïta sought to project control and stability.
Women and men of Mali, my dear compatriots, I am addressing you at this extremely serious moment our country is facing following the terrorist attacks that took place on April 25th, 2026. These complex, coordinated, and simultaneous attacks targeted the towns of Bamako, Kadi, Kona, Mopti, Gao, and Kidal.
The Malian leader called for public trust in state forces, as security forces had intensified operations nationwide.
As I speak, security measures have been stepped up, the situation is under control, and search and clear operations, intelligence gathering, and security operations are continuing. My fellow citizens, now more than ever is the time to place your trust in your armed and security forces, who are engaged in a complex fight against terrorism. Operations will continue until the groups involved have been completely neutralized, and security has been sustainably restored throughout the national territory.
In this first speech after the coup claims emerged, Goïta highlighted regional and international cooperation, acknowledging support from the alliance of Sahel states and strategic partners, including Russia.
On this occasion, I commend the coordinated efforts within the alliance of Sahel states, whose unified force is working tirelessly to bring peace to our region. I would also like to acknowledge the quality of our cooperation with our strategic partners, particularly the Russian Federation. No violence, no intimidation, and certainly no desperate attempts at destabilization will be able to reverse the course of our country. The rebuilding will continue and our sovereignty will be strengthened. Our people, standing tall and resilient as ever, will emerge from this ordeal.
According to statements released on April 28th, Goïta met Russian Ambassador Igor Gromyko in Bamako, his first public appearance since the April 25th attacks that killed Defence Minister Sadio Camara. The assaults targeted key locations, including Bamako's main army base and areas near the airport, while also forcing Russian-backed forces to withdraw from the northern stronghold of Kidal. The attacks were reportedly carried out by jihadist fighters linked to the Group for the Support of Islam and Muslims, alongside Tuareg separatists from the Azawad Liberation Front, a rare coordination between historically rival groups. Al Jazeera's Nicholas Hake, reporting on April 28th, noted that images of Goïta's meeting with the Russian envoy speak louder than words about Bamako's reliance on Russian paramilitary support. On the same day, Russia's defense ministry said that its Africa Corps forces had prevented a coup attempt.
In fierce battles with overwhelming enemy forces, the units of the Africa Corps inflicted irreparable losses on the enemy in personnel and hardware, forcing them to abandon their plans and preventing them from carrying out the coup d'etat, retaining the authority of the legitimate government and preventing mass civilian casualties.
However, the ministry also confirmed that its forces withdrew from Kidal, a strategic setback. Local reports cited by regional media suggested the withdrawal may have been negotiated, raising questions about Moscow's battlefield narrative. Meanwhile, Russia also warned that insurgent forces are regrouping.
The enemy has not abandoned its aggressive intentions and is currently regrouping.
According to Reuters reporting, fighters from the Islamic State in the Sahel province have entered the northeastern town of Ménaka, establishing checkpoints without immediate clashes, signaling a potential widening of the conflict. The April 25th attacks mark the most significant escalation in Mali in nearly 15 years, demonstrating an unprecedented level of coordination among armed groups and exposing vulnerabilities in both Malian and Russian-backed security structures. As insurgent alliances deepen and foreign military involvement intensifies, Mali's security crisis is entering a far more volatile and uncertain phase. Mali is facing one of its most serious security crises in over a decade, after a wave of coordinated insurgent attacks killed Defence Minister Sadio Camara and forced Russian-backed forces to withdraw from key positions in the north. Camara, a central figure in Mali's military leadership and a close ally of Moscow, was killed on April 25th when his residence near the capital Bamako was targeted in an attack attributed to an al-Qaeda affiliate in West Africa. The killing coincided with a sweeping rebel offensive involving Islamist militants and Tuareg separatists, described by analysts as the largest coordinated assault in Mali in 14 years. The northern city of Kidal, a strategic stronghold, has now fallen back into rebel hands after Malian forces and Russian Africa Corps troops withdrew following intense clashes.
An accord has been reached permitting the Malian army and its Russian Africa Corps allies to leave Camp 2, where they have been holed up since yesterday. The town was now totally under rebel control.
Another statement from the separatist Azawad Liberation Front confirmed the withdrawal.
The Russian Africa Corps troops and the Malian military withdrew from the city after an agreement was reached for their peaceful exit. Kidal is declared free. This operation is being carried out in partnership with the JNIM, which is also committed to defending the people against the military regime in Bamako.
According to media reports, the offensive extended beyond Kidal. Insurgents launched attacks on Bamako's international airport, the Kati military base, and multiple cities, including Gao and Sévaré, targeting military infrastructure, seizing weapons depots, and reportedly downing a Russian helicopter. Malian authorities acknowledged the scale of the attacks, but said the situation was contained.
Armed terrorist groups carried out complex and coordinated attacks targeting certain cities in the country, notably the garrison towns of Kati, Sévaré, Gao, Kidal, and Bamako. These terrorist attacks have unfortunately left 16 wounded, including civilians and military personnel treated by medical facilities, and limited material damage.
Officials acknowledged the scale of the attacks but downplayed their broader impact, emphasizing that casualties remain limited and infrastructure damage is contained. Koulibaly added that Malian forces have regained operational control across all affected zones, crediting the rapid deployment and response of security units.
At present, the situation is fully under control in all the affected localities. His Excellency General of the Army Assimi Goïta, President of the Transition, Head of State, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, the Transition Government, and the entire Malian people salute the promptness of the commitment of the armed and security forces, as well as their exemplary patriotism and unfailing determination to defend the nation and protect the population.
Russia's embassy in Bamako condemned the attack, warning of broader regional instability.
250 militants attacked Bamako Senu International Airport and the military base located nearby. The Malian armed forces repelled the attack and are currently taking further steps to eliminate the militia that may have been reportedly trained by Western security agencies. Russia is deeply concerned about these developments. This terrorist activity poses a direct threat to the stability of friendly Oscar Mali and could have the most serious consequences for the entire region.
Analysts say the developments represent a major setback for both Mali's junta and Russia's expanding military footprint in the Sahel.
The attacks are a major blow to Russia as the mercenaries had no intelligence about the attacks and were unable to protect major cities. They have unnecessarily worsened the conflict by not distinguishing between civilians and combatants.
The fall of Kidal, the killing of a defense minister, and the mashtab of coordinated insurgent operations signal a sharp deterioration in Mali's security landscape, raising urgent questions about the effectiveness of Russian-backed military strategy and the future of stability across the wider Sahel region.